Hi, and welcome to Propertypreneur's Tenant Buyer List Rent to Own program. Today I want to tell you how you can sell your home at full asking price, no commissions, no fees, ever. Just to get started, my name is Dominic Bruno. My partner is Hunter Boudreau, and we had put together this company, this program, for one major reason. We had started in this game as internet marketers. Okay, so when we had started, we were marketing real estate agents, we were marketing investors, and we were a lead generation. So we have a very extenuating background with social media. And as time went by, we were getting a lot of agents, a lot of investors, just basically a lot of leads. And I think one of the main reasons I got into the real estate niche as an internet marketer was because I one day wanted to become an investor. I had learned about it, I had read about it, and it was one of my main goals. So I was, as time went on and I was learning, we had just gotten so much success that we figured we can do this for ourselves. But the beautiful thing here was one of the main problems I noticed with investors, with agents, was their marketing, and their marketing was their number one reason that they were failing or that they were not meeting their goals. And traditional investors really were spending a lot of time just going after deal after deal after deal, trying to find those very motivated sellers where they can get discounted prices. We did not want to go that route, okay? We were trying to find the perfect solution because our number one goal was we want to make win-wins here. So we had started this really off of one investor that wanted to do a rent-to-own property, and the marketing went so well that we had created such a large buyers list that we literally had more tenant buyers than we had houses to sell. So yeah, let me just go into a little background of myself, of Hunter. My partner Hunter and I, like I said, we're digital marketers. We specialized in real estate. And I'm from New York. Hunter's Louisiana. We figured that we'd be able to split this up state to state. He take over Louisiana, I take over New York. Okay? And the amount of responses we got back from these properties was incredible. And now basically we were stuck with a very large list of people who wanted to own their own home, but at the moment maybe could not get a bank loan or they didn't have credit. So what we had created was our tenant buyer list rent-to-own program. So today I kind of just want to explain a little bit about it to you, some of the benefits to you, some of the benefits to the sellers. All right? We have been doing this since 2014, and basically, it had gotten to a point where we were trying to create a very creative way so that we can make win-wins for people. And that way was the lease-to-own option, or if you want to call it lease option, rent-to-buy. It is creative seller finance. All right? Landlords become landlord sellers. Tenants become tenant buyers. So it is a really creative aspect. Now, why would someone like you be interested? Well, a number of reasons. Let's really go into why are you trying to sell your home to begin with? Why do rent to own? Well, a lot of the landlords we're seeing that want to rent to own their property might not have enough equity to pay 6% commission fees. Out-of-state landlords, you might be tired of being a landlord. You might have a new job out of state or in state, a death of a family, loss of job. There's a lot of reasons why people are trying to sell their home. So I don't know your specific reason on why you're trying to sell your home, but one of the things that we do differently is we want to give you options. Rent to own might not be your best option. That's going to be, best suited for you. but we try to make everything, we try to really dig down. We are here as problem solvers, and that's really what creative real estate investing is. Finding the solution to those problems, making win-wins. Now, why is it good for the tenants, huh? Tenants, this is a win-win for both sides, because tenants do not want to throw away their money every month as renters. Alright? They have past credit problems, but they'll be eligible for a loan in a very short time, maybe a year to 3 years. They just need time to save their down payments, maybe not enough time at their job, and their desire to be a homeowner. So this is something that they're working very hard for, and in the end, that is actually one of the main reasons why they wind up being so much better, a better class of tenants. Now, rent to own, why is it smart? You open up your market 3 times with the amount of traffic. You're getting full asking price for your home. Your tenant buyers, they take care of everything in the home. All right, in our contracts, they're actually responsible for up to $5,000 in repairs. So you're not getting all of the landlord headaches, which is very beneficial to you. That means no more calling up at 3 o'clock in the morning saying the toilet's not working, the heater's off. They are responsible because they are on the lease agreement. Now, that doesn't mean that, if they don't pay their rent, you still have 100%, you're still in every position to evict them if need be. But we do find that with tenant-buyer tenants, that you do not see that happen all that often. You can sell your home as is. You do not need to hire a property manager or pay 10% monthly rentals to them. All right? No late night calls or hassles, hands-off rental property, potential cash flow, plus so much more. I mean, there really is no better option. We have been doing this a long time. We looked into every aspect of real estate investing, and it really always boils down to the choice of cash or terms. In any cash deal, you're not going to get what your desired price. It just doesn't happen. If you need to sell quick, the only way a wholesaler is going to come is they're going to, they need it to be like at a 60% discount. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to wholesale to another investor who's going to fix and flip. Now, let's say, are you responsible for all the repairs? No. You must take calls at late night, weekends to fix leaky faucets. We discussed that. You are a landlord, but you don't have to deal with all those headaches. The risk of damage to the property goes significantly, it's a significantly low risk, and time and money consuming. So it's exciting. You get to sell your home on terms, and you're getting your full asking price. So that right there gives the tenant buyer time to fix their credit, save up for a down payment, and then get more time at their job, achieve home ownership, and open markets in 3 times the potential buyers, save thousands in commissions. Alright? So we're not using realtors. We are not realtors. So this really only works, as if you were leasing the property to us, and from there, we would be acting as a principal interest, marketing the property through our buyers list, and a few other methods through the internet. And that's how we find your tenant buyer list. And we have a very extensive tenant screening process. So we're going to make sure that we fit an appropriate, and let me say this again, an appropriate tenant into your home. Alright? We do background checks, and let's say it doesn't work out. We get rid of them, and we can start the process over again. Alright? We've been private investors since 2014. Alright? We've been marketing for the last decade. Alright? Marketing real estate for the last decade. And that's why we've been able to get such great results. We're a lead generation agency, and we have been working with agents and investors and brokers for a very long time. We've got a great reputation. We've built relationships with over thousands of tenant buyers who are all on our list now using educational tools. Alright? They come to our rent-to-own program, our buyer sites. daily looking for rentals with the option to buy. All right, so we would be able to get a tenant into your home usually within the 7 to 14 day period. We educate our tenant buyers, qualify them, and then present them to you for free. All right, you get background checks, you get income verification. All right, you get previous tenancy verification, ID, W-2s, tax returns, social security cards, etc. So we're not just throwing anybody into your home. This is serious. We take what we do very serious, and we understand that this is your home. This is your biggest asset. This is your livelihood, and we take that very serious. And in exchange for these terms, our tenant buyers are paying full asking price. That's the big thing. They're buying time. In most cases, they're looking for an option price for the potential for a future appreciation, right? So, they and only they can lease and buy the home during the option of the lease period. They do not, let me say that again, have to buy using bank financing. So, as they're under contract, as they're under the lease, they are building their credit, and that lease usually takes anywhere from 1 to 3 years. Usually they want a little bit longer, you guys want it a little bit shorter, and we kind of try to negotiate that so that, everybody's happy with the situation. Let's look at the numbers right here. If your desired price is $200,000, right, you have no equity to pay. 6% commission fees to sell through a listing agency is $1,200. All right, your home is worth $180,000 to $200,000. Your home will not appraise. Closing costs is about 1.5 to 2%. That's $3,000 to $4,000. All right, you will provide a term of 1 to 3 years, option price or a to be determined price, and you're not paying all those crazy fees. That's almost 10% added up between the 6% of the rent, 6% of the agent, and all the closing fees. So it really does make sense financially. We go after for sale by owners. We try to go for renters. We try to go for sale by owners. The people that are not, they might not have enough equity to use a realtor, and it's important. And you're probably saying, well, why are we doing this for free? Why are we helping you out? What is in it for us? And well, we get paid on the buyer side. So your security deposit is equal to the rental amount, your first month rent, pet deposit, your full asking price. You do not have to do repairs up to $5,000. Home is sold as is, and the tenant buyer's financial information, final approval, who rents, who buys the home is all on you. So, again, how do we get paid? We get paid on the tenant side, who will then buy our lease from us, step into our shoes. All right? You never have to pay 6% commissions. Again, our tenant buyers pay us. We add our fee on top of your purchase price. All right? So if it was a $200,000 house, that extra, we would sell it at a little bit higher, and they are so willing to pay this because they want to own their home. Our tenant buyers speak to mortgage brokers first. So before contracts are signed, our tenant buyers must speak to their mortgage broker and pre-qualify to buy their home. So we'll know how long it is for them to buy, how many years it's going to take, how many years for their term, how long they need to work on this credit issue. So none of that's going to be a question. Here's how you get started. Enter your name, your email address, the representative that referred you to us. Tell us about your home, what you want for it, pricing, terms. We will prepare a letter of intent and send it to you. All right? Approve our lease agreement memo, and allows you to fill the pricing and terms. All right? You can cancel at any time. Non-exclusive agreements. Give us assignable options. Allow us to act as a principal in the transaction. All right? That does not transfer the title. All right? Ownership, mortgage, both. Stay in the ownership and the mortgage both stay in your name. This memo just gives us a principal interest so that we are allowed to market the property as if it was ours. That we have controllable, that we have control of the property. And again, it is there are no obligations. So if you were to get a buyer before us, say, and you had found a better solution, you were in no way locked into this agreement. This lease agreement is it's a one-page letter of intent. It's a lease option memo. So basically, you're just filling out a one-page. You can look at, you could send it to your lawyer. We actually recommend that you say it to your lawyer. We create marketing material for you, so you're not doing none of the marketing. We e-blast it out at about 1,000 tenant buyers within 24 business hours. All right, we create additional marketing campaigns paid by us, free to you. You get even greater exposure to your property for free. We set up the showing dates. Assuming your home is priced correctly, we'll have lots of hungry tenant buyers requesting showings. All right, and we encourage you to show the home, all of them. We encourage you to show the home all to them at once. This creates an auction type of experience. Our tenant buyers, and encourage them to act quickly and give us full asking price for the home. We do Facebook ads. We are paying out of our pocket for the Facebook ads. Our marketing techniques. We do organic marketing techniques. So really, we're partnering with you. So it's really. There are really no losses here. You're getting free market, and if it doesn't work out, like I said, you don't like the tenant, what happens? We start over again, because we are not actually closing. We are not selling the house. All right, they're simply leasing the home. You're getting a tenant for an X amount of period of time, and there's about 30% of our tenant buyers actually exercise their option to use this. But that also works in your benefit as well. Full asking price for our homes. Our tenant buyers will fill out a list. Our tenant buyers will fill out a letter of intent, offer forms. They apply to your home with our rental applications, provide you with all their financial information for you to review. You decide who you like best, to whom to work with, and from there we move forward. So, a lot of people have a lot of questions about this. It's not a new concept. It's just very underused, and it works out on both sides. And the reason why you might be saying, why not just do this my own? Why wouldn't I just lease to own my property, get the and get the lease payment for myself? Well, me and my partner have been doing digital marketing for the last 10 years. Our buyers list is humongous. And we get them every day. Every day more new tenant buyers come in. And our marketing, we build funnels. We market for different businesses. So let me tell you, so I've been working with real estate agents. I've been working with real estate brokers, Coldwell Bank. I've worked with agents in Coldwell Bank. I've done presentations at Coldwell Bank. And I've worked with other businesses, but I try to keep it very real estate niched. So when it comes to the marketing, putting your home up for sale by owner, it can get very frustrating. 1 month goes, 2 months goes, you start thinking, well, is it me? Why aren't these ads working? And yes, Craigslist is a powerful tool. Craigslist sells a lot of homes, but when you're selling your home for sale by owner, you can't use one platform. We have a lot, we've been doing this a long time, so we know a lot of different of the trade secrets, if you will. Alright, so time to draft out the full set of agreements. The full set of contracts we have 4 contracts that we need to sign. There's the lease agreement, there's the option agreement, there's the purchase agreement, and the assignment option agreement. And basically, you don't get overwhelmed. These are all very simple contracts. What we're doing here, like I said, the lease agreement is a simple one-page contract, and what it is it's just you giving us principal interest, that allows us to market the property. So, and then the option agreement is basically what we're going to be using to get the tenant in. Then the option, then the next contract is basically selling that contract to the tenant buyer. All right, so you review and approve all agreements first. No monies or possession of your home is exchanged until you're fully approved of your tenant buyers and financial information you have signed, approved our contract. Feel free to have your real estate attorney review the contracts first. If you don't have an attorney, we could talk about another way of doing this. We actually are very involved with Legal Shield, which is it's a very cheaper way of getting lawyers at a cheaper rate. And it's a program, it's an app, and we can get into that in another video. But our tenant buyers will sign up the agreement. Our tenant buyers will sign the agreement next. Once you have approved and signed this agreement, our tenant buyers will get their copy to approve and then sign. Contracts are forwarded for signature to all parties via echosign.com. All parties will receive personal PDF copy via email once you have signed. So, if you're in another state, we do business in Louisiana, we do business in California, we do business in New York. So we've sold homes and we've never even met the seller. So, thank you to the internet. Thank you to marketing. Thank you to social media. Thank you for things like this. It is very easy to get this done very quickly, and you will get tenants in your house within the next 7 to 14 days. Once your agreements are signed by all parties, it's time for us to find your tenant buyers to pay for your first month's rent, deposit, and take possession. All right? They will pay our option assignment fee directly to us. We will have we now have assigned our option rights over to the end buyer. All right, this is important. All right, so you're getting the first month's rent. They pay our option assignment fee, and then it becomes theirs. So they're just filling our shoes. You will work directly with them from there on out. So we do not stay in. This is not a lease sandwich. You just become their landlord without the landlord headaches. These are a lot of questions that I get, and I just want to go through them with you. So, before you call, before we get on the phone, you might want to know a few things about us, about our company, and this is what we get most of the time. Are you guys licensed realtors? No. We are private real estate investors that act as principals only, selling our lease option rights to the end buyer. Are you a part of BBB? No. As mentioned above, we are private real estate investors and not commercial business. Do you represent me, or are you an agent? We do not represent anybody but ourselves. We do not represent the tenants. We do not represent the buyers. We represent Don Bruno, Hunter Boudreaux, and anybody else on my team. So that's a big thing. All right? We are not realtors. We're not licensed. We represent ourselves. And because we have that lease agreement, because we are principals in the transaction, that's what makes this whole thing work. Some more frequently asked questions. Are there any fees or hidden charges I will pay ever? No. We are paid only by the tenant buyers. All right. What happens if the tenant buyer stops paying? And just like a regular rental, you can evict them. This is not a sale like in contract or a deed, land contract. This is a lease, so they're just renting from you until they decide to buy. Can I cancel anytime without a penalty? Yes, absolutely. You find someone before we do, you may cancel. You will also cancel for any other reason, assuming, of course, we have not found you a suitable tenant. Does the title of the mortgage stay in my name? Yes. Everything stays in your name. This is not a sale. It's an option right. That is it. So that's a big thing. Until it's closed, you are the owner. What if the tenant buyer damages our home? Now, although it's possible, it's much more unlikely than if you were, if you were to rent to straight renters only. Our tenant buyers want to own your home. Okay? They want to own the home. They have a lot more involved in it. So they tend to take care of the property as if, they tend to take care of the property better than renters normally do. Just like the whole concept of you don't wash the rental car. They have an interest in the home. Now, do you have a tenant buyer for my home right now? If your house is priced right, we may have tenant buyers for your house right now. It really all boils down to the renting price. So we can even go a little bit above the end purchase price. That's happened before. The end purchase price does not matter as much as the rental price. So if your home is priced right, yes, we have tenant buyers for you right now. Can my real estate attorney and/or accountant review your lease option memo and other contracts? Yes, of course. The lease option memo is ready right now for review. And once we have drafted and the other contracts mentioned, we are happy to provide you and your attorney or accountant a copy for their review. So yeah, no problem. So what happens if the tenant buyer does not buy the home after all? Well, as I said before, they are buying the option to buy or not to buy. So that is possible. We can always start the process over again and put someone else in your home. You've lost nothing, and in fact, you've had a hand-free transaction that cost you nothing and had someone else paying your mortgage. So yeah, it actually sometimes works in your favor for them not to buy. Alright, how do we get started? Alright, fill out your name, email address, and the representative of anybody that referred you to us, if any, and review our lease option agreement. If approved, we are ready to start marketing immediately. And once you get some tenant buyers expressing interest in your home, we're going to set up a date, a time, and we're going to get your property sold quick. Okay, we're going to have tenants in there, and we are so excited to start working with you. We cannot wait to hear from you. So if you go down, click the Schedule Now button, and we're going to send you our lease agreement, and from there, let's mark it and make it happen, guys. Alright, it was great talking to you. I cannot wait to hear from you soon. Alright, thanks guys, I'll see you soon.